I want to talk you through the investment potential of Ascended Heroes, and probably not even Ascended Heroes in part this video, but moreover holiday sets as a whole, particularly the really good, absolutely stacked with hits holiday sets we've been getting lately. If you're new to this hobby, this will certainly be a good video for you, or if you're quite experienced in this hobby, which I know a lot of you guys and girls watching are, this will also be a good watch for you. And I shouldn't even say watch, because it's one of those videos where you don't need to watch. There's no graphics up on the screen. It is just one you can put on in the headphones while you're going for a walk, put it on in the car while you're going for a spin, or of course, pop it on the telly while you're at home doing some housework or something. So, with all that aside, Ascended Heroes. Let's take a little bit of a walk down memory lane and talk about holiday sets first before we get into Ascended Heroes and its investability potential. Holiday sets, of course, don't have booster boxes if you're new to the hobby. So really, you have a couple of products to buy from. Of course, there's generally collection boxes and the likes, and we have sticker packs that have 3 booster packs inside them lately. But the Elite Trainer box is the general go-to product that gets produced en masse, so to speak, for the public to purchase and open and rip cards from. And as a sealed product, that is clearly your most common investment. On top of that, there is also Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes now, which have, particularly from Scarlet and Violet era onwards, stamped promos inside them that can be worth a lot of money and are a lot more exclusive and printed in smaller volume or smaller quantity than what the regular Elite Trainer box is. And of course, there's generally some sort of ultra premium collection or super premium collection, so the Pokemon Company International can absolutely lock in and capitalize on profit for a set. Now, I said we'd go back in history a little bit, so of course, like I was saying, holiday sets don't have booster boxes, and we've had some terrible ones over the years. We really have. I mean, Shining Fates was a massive miss. Pokemon Go was a massive miss. There's been a lot of holiday sets which have not been very good at all. And first of all, what makes a holiday set very good? I mean, of course, it's the chase cards. That's the only thing you open a Pokemon card set for. If all it had was 400 Weedles inside there, you're probably not going to spend much time opening it. Sorry, Weedle. Always seem to use Weedle as advantage, just copping some absolute strays, poor Weedle. But you get my point. It is the chase cards that matter. And if I turn my attention back to Ascended Heroes very briefly, Ascended Heroes is absolutely stacked with chase cards. But we have had some poor holiday sets over the years. Now, even some of the poor ones have actually performed quite well. If I think back to a set like Dragon Majesty, when that came out, it was not liked at all because there wasn't many chase. It was a small set, not many chase cards inside it. And look at it now, the prices for Dragon Majesty are quite expensive. And then I look to a set, probably one of the older Elite Trainer boxes. Of course, we had, Generations, for argument's sake, from XY era, which was a holiday set. No booster box for Generations. But if I look to a set that probably aligns most closely to some of our modern sets, like 151, Prismatic Evolutions, Crown Zenith, and of course now Ascended Heroes, which are very stacked holiday sets. So what I mean by that is large set with a lot of chase cards. So both a lot of depth and a lot of heavy hitting chase cards. That's what we're getting lately in holiday sets. And I've got my theory around this, which is Pokemon Company, the powers that be, are putting, a lot of loaded sets inside holiday sets. Why? Because there's no booster boxes. And because there's no booster boxes, you've got to buy 4 Elite Trainer boxes, which have 9 packs inside them. 9 times 4 is 36. You've got to buy 4 Elite Trainer boxes to get the same amount of packs as you do from 1 booster box. So as a consumer, you've got to spend more. You've got to buy more product to get more packs, or to get the same amount of packs, I should say, as a booster box. Now, with all that in mind, before we jump into this example, I did just want to give a quick shout out to today's video sponsor, which is of course the Collector app. You'll see it's on my shirt here, of course. There'll be a link in the description to download it. So much data, one-stop shop for all your Pokemon card investing needs and collecting needs. You put all your singles, all your sealed in there. You can look at set analytics for English and Japanese. It has so much data, so much data. You can look at all the top chase cards. So when I'm talking about a set like Ascended Heroes, you can filter from top chase card to lowest chase card. You can see market data, and if you're a pro user, you can see even more market data and go in the draw to win heaps and heaps of cool prizes on the Collector app. You can also follow my journey down in there. I'm in the content creators section. You can see what I'm buying, displaying what my sealed collection is like. I don't have any singles in there, but all my sealed product is in collector, so you can check that out as well. Again, link in the description to download that. So I was talking about a set from the past that I think most aligns to some of our really good modern day holiday sets, including Ascended Heroes. And for me, that's probably something like a Hidden Fates. Hidden Fates was a little bit revolutionary. It came out at the end, of course, of Sun and Moon era. It was a very strong set. We had some big hitting chase cards like a very popular Charizard, which was worth a lot of money in a PSA 10. We had a massive shiny Vault with so much depth inside it. We had a few hits from the main set as well. It was a very stacked set, Hidden Fates. Moreover than that, and what probably makes it align most closely to a lot of our modern holiday sets, is it copped multiple reprints for a long period of time. And here's the thing about something like Prismatic Evolutions, which if you haven't noticed has been going absolutely gangbusters lately. In the last month, it has absolutely risen up like that. And why is this happening? Well, here's the thing, right? Hidden Fates, let's talk that side by side with Prismatic Evolutions. Came out, everyone could see it's a good set. It has a good top chase card, it has good depth inside it. You know, we've got Charizard from Hidden Fates, we've got Umbreon from Prismatic Evolutions, lots of depth following it. And you could see that as it got released, people were chasing those cards. Packs and boxes were getting ripped open. And then eventually, of course, supply starts dwindling down of what's available on the retail market, and prices start to climb up for that sealed product, the Elite Trainer box for Hidden Fates and the Elite Trainer for Prismatic Evolutions. And then what happens? Reprint happens. Those prices squash straight back down because there's more supply in the market. Then what happens over the next month or 2 months or 3 months, supply starts drying back up again, it climbs back up, and bang, we get hit with another reprint. That's what happened with Hidden Fates, and that's what happened with Prismatic Evolutions. Now, I would think a similar thing, in my opinion, would happen with Ascended Heroes. We got this really awkward sort of staggered release of Ascended Heroes where it's come out, it's been very difficult to get. Elite Trainer boxes have come out later than the 3-pack tech sticker packs is sort of the only thing, or one of the only products you could get at launch. So a bit of a weird staggered release, but I'd be incredibly surprised with the amount of money that's on the table for this set if we don't see multiple reprints similar to Prismatic Evolutions, similar to 151, similar to Crown Zenith, similar to Hidden Fates. You're getting the idea. These really strong loaded holiday sets with lots of chase cards inside it, Pokemon are choosing to print them because the appetite is there. The demand is there for those sets. People want to rip these open and they want to chase the chase cards inside it. Now, here's the thing about Hidden Fates, right? As soon as it hopped out of its final sort of print run, and look, it's hard to know when the final print run is, but Hidden Fates copped its 3rd Elite Trainer box print run, just like Prismatic Evolutions has had in the last few months. And all of a sudden after that, prices really started to surge up, I should say, is probably a better word. Really started to surge up, and although we'd seen this worm of up and down with print run, and then lack of supply and another print run, etc. After that 3rd wave, it just started to go up. And that's exactly what we're starting to see now with Prismatic Evolutions. And why does that happen? Well, of course, the market starts to think that maybe we're not going to get another print run. And if that's that, then everyone starts to buy it. Collectors will start to buy it because they want to open it at the cheapest possible price point. Investors will start to buy it because they're worried that this is the lowest price point they'll ever see it again. So if they want to maximize their gains, now is the time to buy it. Rip and shippers will buy it because it's the best time to be able to collect the packs and then sell them off for a higher price. You get my point. Everyone wants to buy it because they're worried that they won't see another print run of it. And with all that in mind, we saw it with Crown Zenith, we saw it with 151. That is the new flavor. And of course, Ascended Heroes, which is the focus now I want to turn to in this video, is we're going to see the same thing, in my opinion, with Ascended Heroes. And talking about a few things with Ascended Heroes, we know it's absolutely stacked. Awesome Gengar chase card, awesome Dragonite chase card, which is a phenomenal artwork, mind you. We've got 2 gold cards inside there. There's 2 special illustration rare Pikachus. There's a Mewtwo, like there's Feraligatr. I don't need to go through the set list. It is absolutely stacked, and it is arguably one of the greatest lineups of top chase cards that we've seen in a very, very long time. Its top chase cards, in my opinion, truly eclipse Destined Rivals. In some circumstances, you could almost argue that it's it's almost on par with a set list like Evolving Skies. It's damn close in my opinion. Surely it's either on par or maybe a touch better than Prismatic Evolutions. 151 is maybe a different kettle of fish because it's got that whole nostalgia behind it, but keep in mind Ascended Heroes does have a lot of 151 Pokemon, Gengar, Dragonite, Mewtwo, Psyduck, Tangela. Like there's a lot of 151 chase cards inside there. So I don't think we can discredit, or no one's going to discredit, how good the set list is in Ascended Heroes. And that will ultimately lead to lots and lots and lots of demand. So in terms of its investability, here's my advice on it. The best time to buy it was at launch, because I'm never one to just buy something and sell it in 6 months because it's gone up 50% or 60% or 80% or 110%. Like, I think you should hold it long term, because that's when you're going to develop the ultimate gains on it. Now, the thing is, with these multiple print runs, which I'm just predicting you'll see from Ascended Heroes, who knows, maybe it's short printed. I can't see that happening because of the demand for it, like I said. But with all these print runs, right, you end up getting a lot of supply. And a lot of the supply goes in the hands of collectors and investors alike. And that's happened with Hidden Fates. Hidden Fates is probably the best example to use for these modern sets like Prismatic Evolutions and now Ascended Heroes, because a lot of people did keep it away. You got to remember, Hidden Fates was copying print runs into the COVID era when this investing sort of vibe probably isn't the right word. A lot of these investing plays were starting to take off. And as a result, there's a lot still sealed. There is, and it's a 2019 set, so it's 7 years old, and there is still a lot sealed. And you will see that in 7 years' time with Prismatic. You will see that in 7 years' time with Ascended Heroes. There still will be a lot sealed because people will keep it sealed. Now, you got to look, the price of a Hidden Fates Elite Trainer box, I remember buying them at like 150 to 200 Australian dollars, which sounded a lot, but now I think they're going for like 700 Australian dollars. So these holiday sets, I think, are a really good opportunity to triple your money in a not too short time frame. I don't think you can expect to triple it in a month or 6 months or 12 months, but if you've got the long-term game plan, you will, in my opinion, even with the amount getting kept sealed, you will have a good opportunity to triple your money in a reasonably short time frame. Prismatic Evolutions, if you bought it at $100 US, it is well on its way to $200 US. If you bought it at $80 US, well, you're capitalizing on your gains even more. And same with the Ascended Heroes. If you happen to get some pre-orders in place where you bought it at retail or not much above retail, fantastic. Hold it for the long term, because I can guarantee you in 6 to 7 years, it'll be in a similar position or even better than Hidden Fates, in my opinion, because it is a better set. The chase cards are worth a lot of money. The hit rates are very, very tough. You're talking 1 in 1,500 for a lot of the SIRs. I think we will see multiple print runs. If you want to shorten the time frame of your investment span, as in the returns you're going to get in the shortest time frame, I think one of the plays to do is to try and buy at the end of that final print run. And again, no one knows what the final print run is. But if you bought Prismatic Evolutions 3 months ago, which a lot of us, including myself, were saying, like 3 months ago, I was going, this is the best investment right now. I would be very surprised if it cops another massive print run. Like, it's just had its third big wave of product, lots of tiered products with super premium collections and sticker packs and everything else in between. It was so heavily printed. Moving into Mega Evolution block, it would really surprise me after being on the market for nearly 12 months that it cops another massive wave into Mega Evolution. So talking about maximizing your profit, maybe that's a play to do on Ascended Heroes. If you got some at release, awesome. If you want to buy some more now, also awesome. But if it cops a second print wave in May and then it cops a third print wave in November, I'm not saying that's exactly the print waves for this, but it could well happen. Maybe buying that third print wave is a good time to buy, because the chances of it copying a big fourth print wave into 2027 or into 2028, even though it's still in rotation, it just gets smaller and smaller. So there is very, very good opportunity right now on good holiday sets, and I think Ascended Heroes will perform really, really well, but you do need to have a long-term mindset. There's my take on Ascended Heroes. Phenomenal set, will be a great investment. I'm Michael, this is PokeOz. Catch everyone next time.